How do you write a quadratic function in vertex form? Well, to write it in vertex form, it would help to know what vertex form was. Vertex form is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Now, we're going to write it in vertex form given a point, so I need one point, my x and y, and I need to know the vertex h and k. That way, if I know an x, a y, an h, and a k, I can solve for a, and then finally write the function in its general form. Okay, let's write a quadratic function of the parabola that's shown. So I'm given a parabola. I can see its vertex is 1, negative 2, and I'm given some point 3, 2 is on the parabola. Alright, so let's write down the things that we have. We have that the vertex is 1, negative 2, and we have some point 3, 2. Alright, so let's figure out what variables each of these numbers represent. The vertex, that's always my h and my k. And the point, this will be some x and some y. Okay, now we're going to use those values, and we're going to plug them in for h, k, x, and y into the vertex form equation to solve for a. So, vertex form again is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So, a little side note. Since it's minus h, you will have to use the opposite sign for h. Oh no, I accidentally hit the thing. So remember to use the opposite sign of h. Look at that beautiful handwriting. All right. So I'm going to replace y with the y I was given. So the y I was given was 2. So 2 equals, I don't know a. The x I was given was 3 minus h. So h was positive 1, so that's a minus 1 squared. Plus k, but k was negative 2. So plus negative 2 is the same thing as minus 2. The order of operations say do whatever's inside those parentheses first and square it. So 2 equals 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 squared is 4, so I have 4a minus 2. So I add 2 to both sides. 4 equals 4a. Divide by 4 on both sides, and a equals 1. Okay, now that we've solved for a, I'm only going to use h, k, and a when writing the function because I want the x and y to not just be for that specific point for any x and y. So the way I write this now, my function will be y equals a, so what's a? 1 times x minus h. H was positive 1, so minus 1 squared, and then the plus k, so minus 2. So here, once I knew my a, h, and k, I was able to write the function. Okay, this time we're not given the graph. It just says write a quadratic function in vertex form whose graph has the given vertex and passes through the given point. Okay, if the point is negative 4, negative 1, those are my x and y. And the vertex is negative 2, 3, so h and k. So let's plug that all in to y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So the y is negative 1, so negative 1 equals a times negative 4. Now if h is negative 2, what's minus negative 2 turn into? Plus 2 squared. And then the k was 3, so plus 3. So we might want to make a note here that to remember to change the sign of the 2. Okay. Well, negative 4 plus 2 squared. Let's see, that negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4. So we have a times 4. So again, this is 4a plus 3. Subtract 3 from both sides. Negative 4 equals 4 times a. Divide by 4 on each side, and a equals negative 1. Now that we have a and a vertex, we can write our function. So the function will be y equals a, so a is negative 1, times x minus h. So x minus negative 2 is plus 2 squared plus k, so plus 3. Alright, the last one that we're going to look at has a fraction. So we have the point negative 3, negative 9 over 2. That's my x and y. And the vertex is negative 2, negative 6, so this is h and k. So plugging that in to y equals a times x minus h squared plus k, I have the y is negative 9 over 2 equals a times negative 3. The negative 2 becomes plus 2 squared minus 6. So the k never changes. Alright, negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is positive 1. So I'm left with negative 9 over 2 equals 1a minus 6. Now I don't need that 1 in front of the a. I'm just trying to show that the negative 3 plus 2 squared is positive 1. I'm going to add 6 to both sides, but these things don't have a common denominator, so I have to think, what divided by 2 equals 6? Well, it's 12 over 2. And I did that just by multiplying 6 by 2, so that way I could have a 2 in the denominator as well. So 3 over 2 equals a. Now I plug that back in, or I plug in the a, the h, and the k to find my function. So y equals 3 over 2 times x plus 2 squared minus 6.